Today on Dr. Phil, she made headlines when her obese son was taken away.
He had no health problems.
If he's 555 pounds, he has a health problem.
Should parents lose custody?
This kid is dramatically overweight, and you're trying to feed him more?
If their kids are overweight or underfed?
I'm going to allow Alyssa to have 2 celery sticks today.
If Dr. Phil says you are flat out of your mind, I will believe
Stop.
it.
You are flat out of your mind. Let's do it. If we're going to do something here that matters, then we got to deal with the truth.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Ready for you. Take.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. A 4-year-old and a questionable 115 pounds. Now think about this. Who is to blame? A 14-year-old, 555 pounds, so heavy that he was taken from his mother. Should extremely obese children be ripped from their homes, and should parents lose custody? Well, a recent study is suggesting exactly that. Take a look.
Should parents of extremely obese children lose custody?
New article in the Journal of the American Medical Association is stirring debate. The article suggests that morbidly obese children should be removed from their homes and placed in foster care.
Dr. David Ludwig argues there are times when the state should step in.
I don't think taking them away from their parents would be the right solution. I believe that, the government would definitely have to step in and do something.
The main reason to remove the children is to save their life.
Today we're going to talk about this very controversial topic, and to help me out is health and wellness expert and the new co-host of The Doctors, Jillian Michaels. What's up? How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you. Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
So how are you?
I'm great.
You are passionate about this topic.
Yeah, this is some very disturbing stuff.
One mom that knows firsthand what it's like to lose custody of an obese child is Jerry. Her 14-year-old son, Alex, had reached a life-threatening 555 pounds. And when the state tried to take her son away, they say she kidnapped him. Take a look.
And my son Alex was 14 years old, and he weighed 553 pounds. Alex's health was not in danger, but the state wanted to take my son away from me because he was morbidly obese. When I realized that they were going to take Alex away from me, I became desperate. I needed to do something to protect my son.
It's been 2 days since Jerry Gray and her 14-year-old son Alexander were last seen at their Travelers Rest home.
If we don't find him, there is the potential that he can come to some harm.
Long enough, deputies say, for the mother to drive her severely obese son hundreds of miles north, all the way to Baltimore, where police tracked them down today.
I was arrested for allegedly neglecting my son and taking him out of the state.
If those decisions that they're making for the child puts the child in danger, then the state has to set in.
In this case, deputies say Gray didn't do enough. Her team ordered into emergency protective custody after repeated attempts by the state to get him help.
I can't believe I'm being treated as a criminal because of my son's weight.
The protection of the child is the foremost issue.
If they're not taking care of their children, someone else will.
Well, Jerry is here today, and Jerry's attorneys, Kim Varner and Grant Varner, are here as well, so thank you guys for being here. My first question is, how did this child get this big?
As a single mom, I was working full-time, but my income was low, so I was doing a lot of overtime. And a lot of times, he would be at a daycare, and I would have to pick him up and still take him with me to work. And he had lunch at 11:30, so at 4 o'clock, I'm hungry, Mommy. So I'd get him something to eat. So I found myself just not cooking that much, or...
Okay, but this isn't just, we ate a little too much fast food. I mean, how did he go from this, a normal size, healthy baby, to being 555 pounds. At 250, did you say, look, this has got to stop. I'm putting this child in danger? At 350, 450? I would think somewhere along the way you'd go, whoa, something's got to change here. It doesn't matter where we're living or what we're doing, because he's not going to be living anywhere had this continued. True?
When he got to be about 250, I took him to the doctor. And I had been talking to him myself, and I said, son, because he would beg me for food, you know, and I would say, son, you've eaten, you know, you should be full, I'm full. And he would say, Mommy, I promise, I am just hungry. So I took him to the doctor, and I said, listen, I need help. I've tried talking to him. I've tried waiting 3 and 4 hours before giving him any more. And I told them, I said, I'm overweight myself, so that makes it difficult as well. But by me working a lot, we didn't have a lot of, like, a social life. I wasn't able to take him places and do things. He was home most of the time, so there was not a lot of activity going on.
And listen, and I'm not trying to throw you under the bus here, because I think you represent a lot of people out there. Where does she turn in a situation like that?
It's calories in, calories out. If you can add and subtract, you can lose weight.
Do you agree that this is a bad result, a bad outcome for this child to get to this weight?
Yes, I do.
That is a failure to allow him to get to that weight, true?
Yes.
Okay. My way of looking at this is you buy the food, present the food, prepare the food. You're the gatekeeper on the food. So you are complicit in this. It comes through you. You understand his life is in danger at 555. His mortality rate, his heart attack risk, essential hypertension, rheumatoid arthritis. He is at risk for those diseases, some of them life-threatening.
But he had no health problems.
No, he's got it. If he's 555 pounds, he has a health problem. But I'm going to tell you in the same breath, and you know, I'm Mr. Accountability. I think people have to be accountable. But I've got to tell you, I think the system has failed you as well. He was taken away from you and put in foster care. Not a solution. He wound up, fortunately in your case, with a family member, where he has been for how long?
2.5 years.
And he's lost how much weight?
Almost 300 pounds.
Almost 300 pounds. Alex is actually joining us today via satellite. Now, this is the first time he has ever spoken publicly about what happened to him. So, Alex, are you there?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, you're looking pretty good, young man.
Thank you.
You do. You've lost a lot of weight. How do you feel?
I feel real good. I could do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, tell me what you can do now that you couldn't do at 555. What has changed about your life pattern?
Well, I play basketball. I can run up down the court. In gym, like, I never thought I could get 100 in gym. I got an A in gym.
Yeah. All right. And you did not want to be taken when Child Services came to take you from your mother, right?
Yes, I did not.
And how do you feel about your mom? They've been pretty critical of her and saying that she didn't protect you and take care of you. How do you feel about your mother?
I feel that she took the best care, even though that we ate a lot. She was there for me. That was my mother. I love her so much.
Right, and you still love her, right?
Yes.
And you still have a relationship with her?
Yes. Strong relationship.
In fact, you wrote me a letter. May I read a passage from the letter you wrote me?
Yes, sir.
You said, I was so sad without my mom that I decided to make myself busy. So I became active in youth programs in the church and other church activities. I got into sports at school and started hanging out with friends and cousins, just so I couldn't think about me and my mom's situation so much. I knew I was too overweight, but to me, it wasn't my mom's fault. She is a good mom. She took good care of me. And I would love to be a motivational speaker, to use my story to witness in the future. I think those are wonderful sentiments. And what do you think about what he's saying?
I love it. I mean, I tried my best. I really did. I was in college full time. I was working full time. I was trying to make sure my son had. I would do without just to make sure my son had. I really tried my best.
And Listen, I do not question your intentions at all. And, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and I know a loving mother when I see one. But can we agree that despite your intentions, that your choices and your priorities led to a really dangerous situation for him?
It did, but I went for help, and they kept telling me they couldn't help.
What you allowed to happen here is unacceptable. You can't do that. But this is a woman that did reach out for help. She didn't just sit there saying, oh, well, gee, scoot over. Yeah. I need more room, and you're getting bigger. That isn't what happened. She reached out for help. If he was back with you now, would he gain weight again?
No.
Why not?
Because he's kind of back with me now. He's there on the weekends, and he tells me what to buy, you know, and it's just like all vegetables, all fruit, you know, tuna maybe, you know, and, you know, we're both working on it.
Alex, I understand that you've hit a bit of a plateau on your weight loss. So I want you to know that we have contacted an organization called Anytime Fitness, which is in your town right there, and we have arranged for you to have a free Platinum Gym membership and a personal trainer to work with you every step of the way. We've also contacted the folks at Bistro MD, and they have agreed to deliver healthy meals to your doorstep every single day. And they're going to work with you on what kind of things you want, and calorie and makeup and all of that sort of thing. So you're going to have that there, lots of decisions made for you so we can keep him moving along the same way. And we also understand that you have a real interest in Oakwood University in Alabama.
Yes, sir.
So I have contacted the university president there, Dr. Leslie Pollard, and he has agreed to personally help you with the application process and to arrange a campus visit where he can tour you around and show you everything that's right there on the campus. Because you are in his life, I would like to offer you the same Bistro MD food service that he has. Deliver. Next time, I want to see less of you. Okay. Next time I see you. And I hope you guys will continue to work together, and I hope you'll come back and give us your progress report. And I really hope, I know that there are some criminal charges pending with her right now, and I don't want to get into that because I don't want to create a problem. So I really hope this turns around for y'all.
Thank you much. We believe that education, not imprisonment, is the key. And to blame her is kind of a knee-jerk reaction to a complex problem. And there's plenty of blame to go around, starting with fast food, the media, the school system, medical care.
Well, and Kim, you understand that I'm saying she clearly has responsibility and accountability here.
Without
what
doubt.
she needs is information and resource, and that's what's happening now. The aunt has helped here, is intervening. We're going to continue resources for both of them. Let's not fix what ain't broke. This is moving in the right direction here.
That's one of the reasons we reached out to you.
Well, and I hope everybody sees it that way. I know this is a loving mother. I support you in what you're doing. Alex, I couldn't be more proud of you. I am so proud of what you're doing. Thank you. Next, we're going to talk to a mom who cannot figure out why her 4-year-old son is over 100 pounds at this point. We'll be right back.
Grayson is 4.5, and he's like 119.
Do you want to help this kid?
Yes,
then
I do.
stop running me in circles and answer my question.
Well, today we're talking about whether or not severely overweight children should be taken out of their homes and placed in the custody of someone else. You have weighed in on this. We did a drphil.com poll to see what you thought. The question, should morbidly obese children be removed from their homes? So far, 40% said yes, they should. 60% said no. Now, Jennifer has a son who weighs 115 pounds. He's only 4 years old. Now, Jennifer claims she does not indulge her son Grayson and cannot explain why he's so overweight. Take a look.
My son Grayson is 4 years old and weighs 115 pounds. Grayson's weight is killing him. My son has seen about 15 doctors since he was born. The doctors don't listen to me when I know something's wrong with my son medically. People blame me all the time for Grayson's weight, but they don't understand. I don't overfeed my son. I just don't. Okay. I give Grayson about 1,200 calories a day. We eat very healthy at home. Sugar-free, low-carb, fat-free, whole wheat. The snacks are granola bars, low-fat string cheese, non-fat yogurt. When I don't give Grayson food, he does scream, he does throw tantrums. He will try to beat the doors down, but it won't happen. I give Grayson more calories depending on the exercise that he's gotten. Grayson swims every day for hours and hours. We walk to the park, we play. He's in soccer. There you go. Because of how well Grayson eats and exercises, I know there's a medical problem. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make Grayson better.
You know, we hear that a lot, and I don't think that parents come in with the idea of lying to me or lying to their pediatrician. I think they're lying to themselves. So I put Jillian on the case to take a closer look at what might be going on with Grayson's weight, particularly in terms of the transactions between mother and child. Take a look.
Hi. Jennifer?
Yes.
Jillian.
Hi.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about what you claim to be feeding this little guy. I think there's maybe something there to explore. Let's start out with what Dr. Phil's team has recreated of what looks like your kitchen. Mayo, ranch dressing.
The mayo we had was light, and that was new.
More soda, hot dogs, pudding cups.
The hot dogs are the low-fat or the turkey breast ones.
It doesn't even matter. There's nothing but chemicals in that food.
We do have the blue cheese.
Blue cheese is not a diet food.
Well, I know.
Sit down for a second and give me a day in the life here.
In the mornings, it's usually 2 egg whites and a whole egg, just a little bit of olive oil. And I'll use like low-fat cheese, piece of toast, and that's always 100% whole wheat.
Next one.
Okay, the snack will either be string cheese, non-fat yogurt, or a granola bar.
Okay.
Lunch, we usually get 4 ounces pre-cooked chicken breast. And then dinner will either be whole wheat pasta, whole wheat rice, lean chicken breast, or lean pork.
So you feed him how many times a day?
About 6 times a day.
You are feeding this kid way too much, and he is packing it on. He is 4 at 122 pounds. Okay, your child at this rate will not even live to see 30. Do you understand? They will carry him out of a house in a crane and bury him in a piano box.
I've never did like cupcakes and cakes, never.
Too often, too much. Why are you doing this? What do you feel when you give him food?
I don't know.
No, not I don't know.
I
do
never
you
thought of it
want
that
to
way.
help this kid?
Yes,
then
I do.
stop running me in circles and answer my question. You have a 4-year-old that you are literally killing, and I don't find it cute or funny, to the point that I wish we could call social services. So don't play these games with me. When you feed that kid, what is going on inside of you?
I feel nothing.
Really? You feel nothing?
Grayson food. Yes, Grayson asks for more food all the time. Caring and cooking for my family is my life.
What did you just say?
Caring and cooking for my family is my life.
So now I'm gonna ask you again. How do you feel when you feed?
Yes, nurturing.
Thank you. Okay. I need you to work with me. Like, I can't have you giving me the I don't know.
I just didn't realize that.
Okay, but if you can realize that, then we can solve this, okay? You can get to the bottom of why this is happening, but it's not him, it's you.
Well, yeah, he can't do it himself. Of course it's me.
Okay.
My God, you're like me with hair.
I think I might be meaner, actually.
Look, she is pushing on you. Why? Why do you think she's pushing on you so hard?
To realize where it's coming from.
You got to get it. You've got to get it. You've got to get what's going on here. Because if it doesn't change, you're just passing through this way. You saw this precious young man that we talked to up here, 550 pounds. Do you think that's not where you're headed?
Oh, I know.
That is where you're headed. And you can't tell yourself, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. If you don't know, your job is to figure out what is going on. And what you're telling her is that you're feeding him because it makes you feel better. You are not a bad mother. Let's get that straight. I'm not throwing you under the bus here. You are misguided. You don't understand the impact of your actions. This can't continue, right? This has to change, right? It's got to change. So whatever we do, it's going to be different than what we're doing now.
Yes.
All right, we're going to dig deeper into this story. We're going to find out what's really going on in Jennifer's house to make Grayson so heavy. We're going to change this. This child gets a chance today. We'll be right back. Well, is feeding a child whatever they want, whenever they want, child abuse? Some people say absolutely it is. Now, we installed a camera in Jennifer's kitchen for just 24 hours because we just wanted to see in a day in the life what's really going on. Did you give Grayson the same size burrito that you were eating, the adults were eating?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you understand he's a miniature human, and he's getting a real human-sized burrito. Bad idea?
Not the best idea, no. No, bad idea.
First off, I wouldn't put burrito on the spa menu that you were talking about earlier, but you don't give him one that's as big as he is.
I thought it was okay because it was a whole wheat tortilla and it was the chicken and the vegetables that went.
Okay, wrong, right? Portion size, wrong, and burrito, come on. All right, now during our surveillance, we saw Grayson eat 3 meals during the day. Eggs and toast for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, and a big adult-sized burrito for dinner. But that's not all he ate that day. Let's look at Grayson's snacks.
There you go. You sure you want this as your snack? Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. There you go. Slowly. Lift it out. All right, lift it out. Can I help you? No. There you go.
Okay, now you say you give Grayson string cheese and fat-free yogurt for a snack. But we just saw you gave him fruit snacks, which is just sugar in a gummy bear shape, and sandwiches. A sandwich isn't a snack.
Right.
That's lunch.
That night, that burrito that I did make him.
Okay, well, stop what you're saying. I don't like to interrupt people, but I want to stop you from saying something you're really going to regret.
Okay. Well,
you're not getting ready to defend giving him a sandwich for snacks twice on the heels of gummy bears and all of that. You're not here to defend that, are you?
No.
Okay. You're way overfeeding him here. Do you see that there, Jillian?
Absolutely. A kid doesn't get to be 122 pounds at 4 without a reason. This is the reason. You're overfeeding him. It's simple.
Okay, Grayson should be in bed. You said 9 o'clock, he goes to bed. We have a routine with this kid. We keep him, we're not out of control over here. We have a routine. At 9:46, he's climbing up on a chair, getting something out of a cabinet.
Right.
And by the way, if it wasn't in the cabinet, he couldn't get it out of the cabinet. The environment is full of contraband. The environment is full of contraband. I say that even to adults. Your likelihood of getting up at 11:30 at night and going in the kitchen and eating Oreos is a lot less if you have to get in the car and drive to the 7-Eleven and buy the Oreos and bring them back and eat them. If they're in the kitchen, you're mowing down Oreos like that. Okay, here's the last mistake we saw.
Oh, boy. Oh, you're all done? Yeah. You're not going to eat any of this? Oh, boy. Look. Oh, boy. All right, fine. Look at the chicken. Look at that. Come on, take a little bite. Look at you left all this chicken behind. Look. Ice cream. If you eat some chicken. Okay, take some chicken. No, it's all good. No. Come here, take a bite. Take a bite of your chicken. No, don't do that. No, take a bite. You want yogurt? You want yogurt for dessert? Come on.
This kid is dramatically overweight, morbidly obese, and you are stalking him to eat more? Did you see at the end, he's giving you the Heisman?
Yeah.
I mean, he's there, like, he'll...
It's because he
Look at him.
the chicken.
He's telling you, get back, Loretta, I don't want that. You're trying to feed him more. Now, I understand he was trying to trade it for something else, ice cream, which you don't have at the spa, right? Because we went through, you got 4 ounces of lean chicken and some string cheese. But he's wanting ice cream because he knows it's there. And you have locks, padlocks and chains on the refrigerator and cabinets, right? Mm-hmm. You don't need to padlock the refrigerator if it doesn't have something in it that's inappropriate for him to eat. Okay. If there isn't contraband in there, what are you locking him out of?
Overeating.
Okay, so but if you had the right food in there, if you had raw vegetables in there, look, you're gonna have to detox him from sugar, no question about it. But if you have the right foods in there, do you think you're gonna come home someday and go, oh my God, he's in there, he's all high on celery? See, I always tell people to make your environment safe, But in order to do that, you not only have to get rid of the wrong foods, you have to have plenty of the right foods. This child should never feel hungry. All right, we got to take a break. We showed his medical records to Dr. Sears. What's his opinion? We'll get that when we come back.
Do you think the doctors just aren't helping you enough?
Oh, I know that I can't get very good help with the doctors at all, so.
Whose job do you think it is?
Mine.
Do you think it's the doctors or
No,
your
it's
job?
my
Because it
job.
is your job.
It is my job.
Do you know what his blood pressure is?
No, I don't know what it is.
What about his cholesterol?
I have no idea what it is now.
You ever heard of anything called pre-diabetes?
Yes.
Yeah, well, he's got it. His heart is a ticking time bomb. Hey, Grayson, give 5. Can you draw a square?
Square.
You gotta step up there, buddy. Hold nice and still. At age 2, he was 60 pounds. There's a lot of issues that need to be addressed with this child.
I told her, I said to her, I'm like, lady, this kid's not gonna make it to 30.
30? No, he's not gonna make it to age 10, guaranteed.
What?
It's that serious.
Well, that was Dr. Sears from the doctors, and he's very concerned about this. And do you get that that's serious? Mm-hmm. And you're hearing, Jerry, what we're saying, that this is serious? What do you want to say?
I'm Jennifer's younger brother.
Right.
And I just wanted to say, as far as the locks, that was something that I played a role in, so I could take responsibility for that as well, in that I went up there to try and help Jennifer out.
Those locks were your ideas? Well,
definitely.
She can give them back to you.
Yeah, she can.
You can put them on his new bicycle, which he needs to be riding.
Idea.
So they don't. Okay, now, I want to say, over the years, I have done a number of shows on overweight children, and I swear, no matter how old a child, how much they weigh, or what they eat, I get the same excuses again and again from parents. Listen to these and see if they sound familiar to you two.
I give her a portion that's probably a little too large because I don't want her coming back asking for seconds.
I can't buy the healthier foods because it's too expensive.
I feel guilty that other kids can have stuff that he can't.
I don't monitor what Whitney eats because she does get defensive.
No one is holding Jaleesa down and force feeding her.
We can't talk to Sarah because as soon as we talk about her weight, she'll cover her ears and just say, don't.
Patience won't stop at one piece of cake.
There are some mental issues with my child. There are medical issues with my child. And yes, I gave him a damn cookie occasionally. Okay?
No, not okay. If we put the dots real close together for you on what you need to do to realign his lifestyle. Will you do it?
Yes, I will.
And we'll help you with it. It's very, very important that you be a good role model. You got to hold yourself to the standards you expect him to hold himself to. That's what I was telling Jerry about Alex. Come on, you guys are the leaders. You got to set the example. All right? And in order to help you do this, I'm going to offer to arrange for you a family therapist in your area that will meet with you individually and probably come to your home and help you kind of get things back in order and get yourself a priority list so you have a plan. And if I make that arrangement, will you grab on and take care of that? Let somebody help you with this so you're not so alone. And Scott will help you here. And you got to stick with our plan, not yours. You got to,
No locks.
Keep the locks away and the weightlifting diets away and all. That's not what this child needs. But he's got a good, healthy lifestyle here, and you can be a real plus here, Scott. Now, if Jennifer can actually stick to the plan, I'm promising you will get results. I want you to take a look at the parents and kids who really got real. Take a look.
I have a 4-year-old son. His name is Joshua. He weighs 150.
He's now 8 years old. He's lost a total of 87 pounds.
Let's say hello to Joshua.
Thank you, Dr. Phil. With your help, we were able to save his life.
I'm 17 years old. I'm 5'2", and I weigh 220 pounds.
Whitney, come on up. All right. You lost 34 pounds. 34 pounds. All right.
If another kid's okay with one cupcake, JL needs to have 2.
Dr. Phil, it's JL again, 40 pounds lighter and a whole new girl.
Y'all think she's going to be a stunner?
Patience is 5 years old and she weighs 93 pounds.
And Patience, the 6-year-old daughter, has already lost 21 pounds. She was 96. She's now down to 75 pounds. This will turn around. You see what's happening with Alex. I mean, he's lost close to 300 pounds with his aunt. It turns around. This can change. And then I want you to come back and become part of that reel. All right? Next, we're going to meet a mom that admits to putting her 11-year-old daughter on a grape and celery diet to keep her thin. Be right back.
If Alyssa ever got fat, I would not think twice about getting her lap band surgery and maybe some bigger breasts to make her waist look smaller.
Well, today we're talking about children who are overweight or underfed. And oftentimes obese people are in fact malnourished.
Yes, because they're eating nothing but garbage and crap.
They're eating garbage and crap. That isn't the way I was going to say it. My next guest, Amanda, says she will never allow her daughter to become overweight. Now, she says she doesn't want her daughter to even be with fat kids.
My daughter, Alyssa, will be fat over my dead body. Alyssa is 11 years old. She's 5'3", and she weighs 100 pounds. Parents who overfeed their children till they are fat, it's child abuse. I'm gonna allow Alyssa to have 2 celery sticks today. We're gonna splurge a little. If Alyssa ever got fat, I would not think twice about getting her lap band surgery and maybe some bigger breasts to make her waist look smaller.
I have been in pageants since I was about 5 months.
When Alyssa had to fit into her $1,000 dress for a pageant, I put her on a grape diet. The diet lasted about 2 days. She got to eat green grapes.
It's important to be thin.
To keep fit and trim, I have Alyssa jump on the trampoline or take a walk and belly dance approximately 30 minutes a day. I have my 3-year-old do it as well. Skinny girls get good, rich husbands. Fat girls don't.
Did you really say that out loud?
I did. I have battled weight issues my whole life. I've recently lost 90 pounds, okay? I haven't found a good husband yet, okay? And that's because of my weight.
No, can I please?
Go ahead, let's hear it.
I really don't think that's it. I think it's because you're off, honey. You're off.
Well, I don't believe that. You know, it's kind of
clearly you don't, but you're off. You don't put children on a celery diet. You don't do it.
Your attitude is not real charming, is what she
Well,
means.
I get that, but it's not necessarily a celery diet. It's celery with peanut butter and a half a sandwich instead of Pop-Tarts and cereal and all of the things that made me big.
Okay, you say, and this is a quote, if Alyssa had a fat butt, then Mom will get surgery to make it smaller.
Well, if she was an adult and she was battling severe weight issues, absolutely, absolutely. If we couldn't get it under control, I would have no problem having weight loss.
And if she got a little overweight, you would get her breast enhancement to make her waist look smaller?
Well, if she was small-chested and yes, I would get, yes, absolutely.
Why are you sending a message to this kid that the only thing that matters is her physicality and that her value in this world depends on which husband she lands? Why are you doing that?
Well, let me tell you, it's about appearance, because as soon as you found out that you had been invited to the show, you told her she could only eat celery and peanut butter so she would be in great shape for the show.
Well, that was for both of us. And what I said was that we need to cut back on anything and let's look good on TV. Absolutely. We live in a place that's what it's about.
Okay.
No, that's what you're about.
No,
that's what you're about.
Okay, wait a minute.
Honey, it is.
You see this kind of knitted brow on my face right now?
I see it.
Okay. That's because I am searching for words big enough to tell you how wrong your thinking is. And I don't think I have the vocabulary to tell you how wrong your thinking is here. And listen, let me go through a quick sequence with you. Do you understand that obesity is an eating disorder?
Absolutely.
Do you understand it is one of many eating disorders?
Absolutely.
There's such thing as anorexia and bulimia and pica. There's all kinds of eating disorders.
Absolutely.
And you couldn't be programming your daughter more for an eating disorder if you had gotten a how-to manual off the internet.
Well, what I did say before I came on the show, I said, if Dr. Phil looks at me and says, you are flat out of your mind, I have enough respect for him that I will believe it.
Okay.
Okay?
Stop. You are flat out of your mind.
Okay.
All right. We have to take a break here. Next, how Amanda dealt with her own weight issues. We'll be right back. Well, this is me being incredulous. Amanda wants to know if she's pushing her 11-year-old daughter too hard to be skinny. Yeah. Well, her daughter Alyssa is backstage and had some things to share with my producers. At Easter, I begged for candy and promised to work off the calories. Skinny people have better job options. She's starting to get your mantra.
Yes.
Does that concern you?
No.
You have this mentality, right?
Yes.
You have this mentality, and yet you're someone that's struggled with your weight your entire life. So my point here is that your mentality is creating a weight problem. Your mentality is creating the attitude of less than or not being able to land the right husband. You're creating these things, and this is the attitude that you're imposing on your kids.
What do you think about what she said?
I admire everything she has to say. Absolutely, and I believe it when, I mean, I'll take it.
It's really important that your daughter learn that she can value herself and that you value her in all the characteristics of who she is, and that the wrapper it's in, while it's fine to, strive to be healthy and look your best, is probably the least important characteristic that will define who she is in this life and world. I worry when I see a mother emphasizing appearance so much with a daughter that she programs her to be obsessed with that, and if it starts to slip away, then she's likely to panic and do something not healthy, like bulimia or anorexia, or go through fad diets that can when you roller coaster can put you really at risk cardiovascularly. So that's not good. So really think about the fact that you may be messaging to her a wrong priority because it's created so much pain in your life.
Okay.
Don't live vicariously through her because you so want her to not go down the painful path you've gone down.
That's exactly it.
And that's a good motive for you. I understand that you say, man, I know what it's like to be overweight, and I don't want that for my baby because I love her. I really get that, and I'm not trivializing that at all, but be careful that you're not so focused on that that you oversensitize her to that. Model for her a really good way to be. Don't get her over-obsessed on this. We'll be right back. I want to give a special thanks to health and wellness expert and new co-host on The Doctors, Jillian Michaels. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And also, thanks to all of my guests and my studio audience for being here today. I hope you join our Facebook page, share your opinions. And listen, I want to leave you with a few thoughts here on what you should do if you're concerned with these issues at home. Number one, be a good role model, okay? Listen, they watch what you're doing. You talk's cheap, they see what you're doing. Number two, you got to break a sweat. I don't know how else to tell you. Get off the couch, drop the video game controller, go outside. You don't have to be an athlete, just break a sweat. And third, clean up your environment. Get the wrong foods out of there and fill it up with the right foods so you're never hungry. You should always have something you can eat. Also, continue to let me know what you think on the message boards. I do read those, and I love to hear from you. See you next time. Thanks.
Bounce, bounce, all the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house, turn the party out. Bounce, 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 all the girlies bounce. Take 'em to my house, turn the party out.
You warned me 1,000 times, memories can kill ya, but I didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last time. I've always been naive, call it